All right, guys, I've been wanting to get to this story for a few days now, but Alex Jones went on Tim Pool's show, and this is one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen in my life, okay? So everybody go subscribe to this YouTube channel called Roast Wounds. They're one of those channels that covers a lot of, like, the Rogan sphere stuff, and this is just crazy. So Alex Jones has some sort of a intoxicated mental breakdown on Tim Pool's show that people are still fucking talking about now, and we're like a week out from it. Watch this.
Joining us tonight to talk about this and so much more is the great Alex Jones.
Oh boy.
The great. Who are you? What do you do?
I was thinking about Joe Rogan's GINA right now.
You know what's bad when I can tell you're fucked up? Just within the first, like, sentence you say. He's slurring hard. He can't get through it. He mentions Joe Rogan's vagina. Bro, what? What? Oh, you wait for it. It's going to get a lot crazier. Here we go.
I was thinking about Joe Rogan's GINA right now.
That's a weird way to introduce yourself, Alex.
Well, Joe, how about I just take you all on right now? You guys are tough. You guys, you're pretty tough. How about we just fight right now? You're real men. All of you. Come on, let's go. Because Joe Rogan is the goddess. His holy vagina realizes it's a threat.
I don't...
Made obsolete by our own creation.
Indeed.
I don't even know what he said there. Usually I'm good at, like, decoding what somebody's trying to say. I have no idea what the fuck he said there. None.
The goddess, his holy vagina, realizes it's a threat.
I don't...
Made obsolete by our own creation.
Indeed.
A giant Joe Rogan pussy. Right up there. Like,
no.
Like, I mean, elevated,
like a jellyfish.
teleported up into Joe Rogan's vagina.
I think you don't want to leave. I think you want to keep talking about this.
I want the memes of Joe Rogan's vagina. You imagine how these...
All right, so recently, Tim Pool had Alex Jones on his podcast, which led to one of the most unhinged episodes. One of the main reasons for this was that Alex Jones appeared to be extremely intoxicated, and as time went on, he seemed to get even more drunk, to the point where he could barely understand what he was saying. The episode began with Alex Jones launching into an absolutely bizarre rant about Joe Rogan, which was apparently triggered by Rogan expressing concern about attending the upcoming White House UFC event.
Which is only the most reasonable thing Joe Rogan has said in like 3 years. That, hey, I don't want to go to a UFC fight on the lawn of the White House with all of the safety concerns while Trump is launching a war on Iran. Right? And that this is what Alex Jones takes issue with, even though Alex Jones says he's also against the Iran war. Like, what?
Due to the fact that the US is currently engaged in a war.
That really does help. Joining us tonight to talk about this and so much more is the great Alex Jones.
Oh boy.
The great. Who are you? What do you do?
I was thinking about Joe Rogan's vagina right now.
That's a weird way to introduce yourself, Alex.
Well, Joe's like, I love Joe, but like, oh my God, we better not have an event. The terrorists might get us. We just give up and go away. We can't ever have a meeting because the Iranians might stick their ding-dong in us.
That's not what he said. He just said, I'm not all that excited to go to this thing because there's a war going on that we started. Like, again, look, I've done how many fucking segments on this show bashing the shit out of Joe Rogan for good reason, but this is the thing he chooses to take issue with?
I think Joe's afraid of the Iranian ding-dong.
You're a Joe Rogan commentator, professional?
No, I like Joe. I mean, a little bit. I'm surprised by Joe saying that. Like, oh, let's not have a UFC event.
Well,
the Iranians might get us. I mean, I'm against the war, let's be clear, but let's keep the buses and the trains and the airplanes on time. Let's not the fucking Iranians might get us. So
he's already swearing.
I'm already swearing. Gotta follow every little AI rule. No, here's Joe. Let's all just hide Joe Rogan's vagina, and then we'll all be safe.
Jesus. Good to have you, Alex.
Like
a mothership. We can already
giant
tell.
Joe Rogan vagina.
Luke is sitting
and we
next
all
to
just
him.
fly up into it.
There's something else going on here. I'm calling it right now. Do you guys remember? I covered it way back in the day. Shit, I don't even remember. What was it, 5 years ago now or more? Something, probably more, probably longer than that. But at least like 5 years ago, Alex Jones, for a brief moment, went on the warpath against Rogan and started calling him out, started calling him a sellout, started, I think, doxing his daughter or some shit like that. Just weird shit. And he was mad at him for some reason. I don't remember what it was. And then Rogan talked to him privately, and then Alex backed down. And my guess here is there's some personal back and forth that they had behind the scenes. Maybe Alex was trying to go on Rogan's show, and Rogan, for whatever reason, declined Alex coming on his show. And that's now leading to him saying shit like this. There's no way it's just about that. About, he thinks a UFC fight on the lawn of the White House is a security concern. There's no way his issue is just that. I guarantee you there's some private shit going on involving text messages back and forth, and Rogan in one way or another trying to let him down gently and say, like, look, I don't want you on the show right now for whatever reason. Gee, I wonder why you wouldn't want Alex Jones on your airwaves. Like, come on, man. Who are we kidding?
Safe and Joe.
Thanks for coming.
Luke, what an introduction.
You're dancing like safe under her black wings. I'm safe in Joe Rogan's big ass pussy vagina.
Well, there you go.
Like that? Yep.
There should be a Joe Rogan's vagina counter on this episode because he says it so many times.
Luke's here.
There's that. Yes. I don't know how
Thought
you
you had
did
that
that.
tonight?
Good to be here with some old
I
friends.
declare war on Joe Rogan. God has ordered me. Nah, I love Joe. It's a joke.
He's going to show up at your house.
Okay, I guess Luke's here.
Yeah, hi, guys. You just...
Then Alex Jones proceeds to pull the classic drunk guy move, which was to challenge everyone in the room to fight him as if he needs to prove something. He keeps daring people to step up and see if they can take him, which only makes this situation more tense and awkward. And keep in mind, this is happening right at the very beginning of the podcast. It hasn't even had a chance to properly start, and already the atmosphere is completely uncomfortable.
How about I just take you all on right now? You guys are fucking tough. You're pretty tough. How about we just fucking fight right now? You're fucking real men. All of you. Come on, let's go. Every one of you. Let's go. Let's prove how fucking badass you are. Slug, let's go. You think you can fucking take me? Let's see what happens.
I don't think I can take you.
No, you can. Why don't you fucking do it right now? Every fucking man in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 8. Let's go.
Robbie will fight you.
I'm ready.
Robbie.
I'm ready. That's a big motherfucker over there. I'm ready for war. I'm ready for war. I'm ready to fucking live in Joe Rogan's vagina.
Bro, what the fuck?
Let's start with the news, I guess.
Hey, I just gave you what's viral clip of the year. It's a joke.
You're trying to...
It's comedy. I love Joe.
Yes. Go on,
I suck his pussy every night.
It's just that...
And Lindsey Graham, when he puts that foot long dick right in Trump's ass, that big old neocon.
By the way, Tim Pool is low-key seething because he actually gets upset when his stuff can't get monetized, and he feels like this is going to definitely demonetize it. So low-key, he's like, can you please stop saying Joe Rogan's vagina? Like, fucking enough already.
Not tonight.
I just sit there and lube it up.
He's going to get the show taken down.
I'm with the engineer, like,
Get the show taken
Lindsey,
down.
oh, Lindsey. And I watch, like, Rubio gets in, and then in comes Huckabee with his 12-foot, and they just boom, boom. And I'm just sitting there like,
Huckabee's that long, huh?
That's what I do. Oh, God, Huckabee's an 18-foot dick. And I just lube up those cocks, those neocon cocks, and then y'all comes in with that 80-foot.
He's saying he lubes up neocon cocks. Oh my God, this is so unhinged.
I imagine Huckabee's watching being like, I'm kind of offended, but that is a compliment.
So later on in the episode, oh shit, there's something that Alex says. Oh yeah, he says Infowars is actually going out of business. I think because of the civil cases against him and the fact that he was ordered to pay like $2 quadrillion over defaming dead kids from Sandy Hook and now having to pay their parents. He says that like Infowars is shutting down. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that just means like the studio is being liquidated and they're getting the money from the studio or whatever. But he's clearly going to he'll rebrand under a new name, maybe just call it the Alex Jones Show or whatever, and just, drop a new website or a new YouTube channel if you can get on YouTube or a new Rumble channel or whatever it is. He's going to have to rebrand and, in a sense, start from scratch. And so he mentions that in the episode, and I think that's what it is. I think that, here's my guess, and this is all speculation, but my guess is Alex reached out to Rogan, hey, can I come on? My studio is now being closed down. It's being taken away. And, Rogan, for whatever reason, was like, no. And so now Alex is pissed off and crashing out. He feels like in my hour of need, when Infowars is getting shut down, Rogan's not giving me a platform to get a new start. And so he feels slighted by him, which is why in that episode he says roughly 7,000 times, Joe Rogan's vagina, Joe Rogan's vagina, Joe Rogan's vagina. That's my guess as to what's happening. Now, if history tracks, right, what'll happen is eventually Rogan will call Alex Jones, they'll work it out, and then Alex Jones will be allowed on Rogan's show. That's my guess. But I don't know. Does Rogan have a new deal with whoever? Who is he still with Spotify? I don't even know. But does he have some sort of a deal where, hey, there's certain voices we got to be careful. This is bad for advertisers. It'll fuck our business up. So you can't have X, Y, or Z on because that'll fuck our business up. I don't know. But it's possible. But if the trends hold and history is any indicator, that's probably what's going on behind the scenes. And Rogan will eventually cave and let Alex Jones on, and then Alex Jones will stop mentioning Joe Rogan's vagina and Joe Rogan's pussy and neocon cocks and lubing him up and all that stuff. But clearly, homie fell off the wagon, and if he's back on the sauce, what the fuck else is he back on? Because we've all speculated he has some massive addiction to uppers as well, right? I don't know if it's cocaine or whatever, but the way this guy rants and raves, the way that he's got cocaine energy to the max, so Lord knows what the fuck else he's on. We were calling him Ozempic Jones because this motherfucker got skinny. He ain't no longer Ozempic Jones. Now he ballooned right back up. So whatever he's going through, it doesn't look like he's doing all that well. But That is the crash out of all crash outs. And by the way, at the end of the episode, you had Tim Pool was out there like, oh, he was having some genuine medical episode. Like, we think he's going to the hospital now and, like, something was happening, but he was not all there mentally. Like, he was having a genuine medical episode, and we hope he gets the help that he needs. That's how that shit ended. So everybody knew that shit was a disaster, but, man. The right-wing media sphere, if you can't tell, is an absolute fucking mess these days. We thought for the longest time there was more infighting on the left. Well, now we look like, positive fucking, like, angels compared to these people on the right who are just falling apart in 1,000 different ways. All right, guys. That's the show, y'all. I love y'all very much. You guys know the drill. Everybody subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon. Also, you can support the show on Patreon. You can support Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. Those links are below. You can tip with that thanks button, too, on YouTube. Remember, there's real independent media. You guys help support the show from the ground up. I've never talked to an advertiser, never done an ad read, never taken money from a PAC or a government or a billionaire or anything like that. But you guys support the show from the ground up, and you've made it possible. So thank you again. If you haven't supported, please consider just giving $2 a month or $5 a month or whatever it is. It really goes a long way. All right. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Peace. Hey, y'all. Do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.